Class. Um. Um. I, I can explain. I can explain. The big four. Soul Eater. I can explain. I can explain. Might as well stand for this angle. I feel like I owe y'all a great big apology. Because this has been oh shit. This has been long overdue. Soul Eater Volume 4 review has been long overdue. I feel like standing because I love being back in front of the mother freaking camera. Yes, this is my sensei way. Okay. Yes. But Soul Eater Volume 4 review has been long overdue. I am so sorry, guys, that I have not been reviewing these or being as consistent as I should be. I'm not even going to give y'all an excuse. Half of this was because when I did read Soul Eater Volume 4 review, I thought about scripting out a little bit or like having little pointers. But I just reread it. And so I everything is fresh on the brain. And my second read actually has allowed me to go in a deeper I'm sorry if I'm moving a lot. My second read has allowed me to go into like I guess a deeper dive into like I guess certain literary devices, not necessarily devices, but more so like the deeper meaning of certain things that to me I feel like you can get out of it, volume 4 at least. Um, and my fault if I'm moving a lot. I can't stand still for whatever reason. I guess because I'm really just excited. I'm really just hella excited to be back in front of you guys. And now y'all might be like, "What's going on here, Sensei? Why do you have this on?" It's all for the love of the game. You know, I am your Sensei after all. Yes, right. Okay, but anyways, so, like I said, I can't make any excuses for you guys. I won't prolong this, but I like I said, I when I read it, I just didn't have the energy to really make a video right after. I didn't want to give y'all some half baked shit because I'm not gonna lie to y'all. When I first read this, the corner fight, the Black Dragon fight, severely dragged. I do not like Horner right now. I do not. Maybe he will grow on me in later volumes, but right now, every time Corner comes on the page, I'm just like, yo, get this motherfucker off. I'm like, get this motherfucker off. I don't know. I just don't like his character. And it could just be because of how depressing his character is. Now, I will say this again and again and again until I finally catch up or go past the anime part. I have watched the anime, so I do understand that Korna has went through abuse and abandonment. I understand the deeper reasons behind the stuff. Um, he, I think in this volume he talks about some of the things about like not having hope or anything like that. So I do understand that it is more of a mental thing and everything like that. Okay, now let's get into it. So, volume 4 starts out with basically breaking out Demon Eye, Free, Wolfman, whatever you want to call him. He goes by many names. The dumbest one is Free. But he goes by many names. Whatever you want to call him, y'all can call him this. I will be calling him Wolfman because he made a lot of Three Little Pig jokes and Red Riding Hood jokes. So I will be calling him Wolfman. Y'all can call him Demon Eye. Y'all can call the 13th, whatever. Like I said, whatever y'all want to call him, that is fine. Now it starts off like I said with breaking out Wolfman. Wolfman gets broken out by Frog Girl. Can't remember her name. He gets broken out by her because if y'all don't remember, Medusa has her basically under her spell. She got damn snakes in her. Okay, Freak Bob Dusa, Freak Dusa. All right. She got snakes in her, and so she's basically holding her against her will, holding her hostage to do her dirty work, to do some of her dirty work, not all of it, but some of it. Um, and so she does, because obviously she doesn't want to die. She breaks out Wolfman. They get in this battle, right? Because Wolfman is basically kind of thanking her Uh, it's funny because in the beginning he's like, "I don't think a man like me needs help," and then finally when he gets help from her, he's like, "Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you," and all this other type of stuff, right? Um, so they get in this battle with some of the like the guards who were supposed to watch him, and Wolfman, in my honest opinion, is not that strong. Like when I first read it, I kind of was like, "Oh my gosh, like this dude might be an issue," and he definitely was an issue and is because he's immortal and technically he's not dead. He just did a Captain America route where the nigga froze himself. So technically he's not dead. Um, but right now, at least in this volume, and do not spoil later volumes for me. Right now, to me, he's not like that big of a threat. Like to me, Corna is stronger than him, in my opinion. Yeah, I know that may sound insane, but Corna is stronger than him, in my opinion. Um, like I said, when I the first read through, when I first read it, I was like, "Oh my gosh, like this dude is actually an issue," because he was giving them problems. He was giving Maka, Soul, Black Star, and Tsubaki problems. But the biggest reason he was giving them problems was because Maka and Soul resonance, so not Soul resonance. Their Soul matchmaking or matching didn't match up. Now, I'm skipping a bit ahead. So before I go ahead, uh, or before I go too far ahead, so Medusa, or basically Wolfman, thanks Medusa, and he's like, "Is there anything I can do for you?" And Medusa, at first tries to play the little innocent game. It's like, "Oh no, no, no," but then she was like, he's actually pretty dull. Like I know guys like him." So she uses him to his benefit to basically go fight Black Star, and then are really just the Duama students, because she was like, "Yeah, they're going to be in London in a couple of days," and all this other stuff. And he happily obliges because he doesn't like Dwama. He doesn't like the rules that they have made against him and his kind, or the rules that they consider how they consider good and evil and everything like that. So, boom, they are. It goes before it goes to London. I mean, um, Maka goes to Frankenstein, to say that she's basically ready for her soul resonance or her soul enhancing training, right? So if y'all don't know, Black Sword soul enhancing training was to put his hand in like this, I guess, type of water. Like if y'all haven't watched, I'm not gonna say necessarily Hunter x Hunter. I don't want to compare it to that. But uh, they basically told him to put his hand in this water, and it kind of drained him of his strength. But the stronger he got, the less it drained him, and then the stronger him and Tsubaki Soul got together. If that makes sense. So Frankenstein's I guess lesson or test to make sure that Soul and Maka's get stronger together is, so he put them in this room with a bunch of candles, and come to find out, the candles actually bring out your deepest and truest feelings. So he tells them to face each other and talk to each other and tell each other how they feel. And Soul, being Soul, he just starts blabbing off. And Maka, being Maka, she book chops him. She Maka chops this guy. Okay, and I gotta stop saying and. But yes, she does Maka chop him. And Soul was like, "What? Like this is what we were supposed to do?" Or actually, backtrack a little bit before I continue. Y'all know how I said that she went to Stein, right? To uh oh my gosh, my hand, y'all. My hand is like, I don't know why my hand is hurting the way it is. But y'all know how I said she went to Frankenstein for the basically soul training. This is the first inc- uh incident, I guess. So incident number one, case number one, on how we know that Soul and Maka's relationship is messed up. Soul and Maka's relationship is messed up because one, she did this without Soul even really agreeing to it. Because Frankenstein was like, "Yeah, this could make y'all. If it doesn't work, y'all could never be partnered together again. Like this could make y'all potentially never be partners again." And Soul, wants to talk about it and discuss it. And Maka's like, no, I'm your Meister. You do what I say. So this is one sign of, even though we know as the reader that is out of fear, she or out of protection, really, she wants to protect Soul. She doesn't want Soul to get hurt anymore. But when you step out of that reader point of view and you kind of step in Soul's point of view or just see it from another perspective, it's like you did this without even um mentioning this or bringing this up to your partner, to someone that you are supposed to confide in, someone that y'all are both supposed to come to a mutual agreement. And everything about Soul Eater is that your souls have to basically align to work. If we want to take off the shonen like element of Soul Eater, it's basically saying in any partnership, in any friendship, regardless of what it is, friendship, relationships, family, whatever, in order for anything to work, y'all have to be aligned mentally, emotionally, and everything like that. It doesn't matter if it's arguments, it doesn't matter if it's beliefs, whatever it can. Well, not necessarily beliefs, because in the real world, at least, your beliefs sometimes it can be a let bygones be bygones thing, as long as a person morally is intact and y'all morals are the same, right? Your intentions, and everything like that are the same. But like I said, if we peel back the shonen like element of Soul Eater, there is a deeper meaning to it. Now, yes, I guess you could say a lot of shonen is like this, where it's like, hey, friendship is magic type of junk on some My Little Pony shit, right? But I feel like Soul Eater does such a good job in doing this in a way where it actually resonates with you. Not in a way like it doesn't do it in like the normal just shove it in your face. And even when it does kind of shove it in your face, it's like the dad that always has like a life lesson to tell you with some mishap that you have done, right? Like, oh son, like you got to be on time because time never waited for you. Like, what the fuck? Anyways, yeah, basically stuff like that. But now back to the story. All right. So basically, Soul is like, hey, hold on, what's going on? She's like, I'm your Meister, listen to me. And then, Frankenstein is like, yeah, your Meister, whatever your Meister says goes, and out of respect for her, respect your Meister. So he just has to suck it up and respect her. Like I said. Then he goes on to Blabby. Then Maka hits him again, and finally Maka's actual true feelings come out. She's like, hey, I just want to get stronger because I don't want you to get hurt again. So is then like, I thought we moved past this. I'm your whipping. I'ma die for you. I'ma cry for you. I'ma lie for you. Okay? He did not say all that shit, but he definitely did say he's gonna die for her. Okay. Anyways, um, he says all of those things, and she's like, basically, yeah, but I don't want to be weak, or I don't want to put you in a situation where you get hurt again. Like, what is so wrong with me getting strong? Why do you have an issue? So it's like, in his mind, he's really contemplating because he's like, I really don't have an issue. He just doesn't want to hurt Maka because if y'all don't know, the black blood got into him. And I don't mean racing. I don't mean culture. Literally, the black blood got into him, and Buddy had those nightmares. Yeah, basically nightmares. He had those nightmares of ripping out of Maka's stomach. Um, I and then he's kind of just like, you know what, forget about it. You're making my neck hurt. I have to look up at you. You don't have to yell and everything like that. And Maka's like, boy, fuck no, fuck no. Fuck you. Shout out to Young DC Young Fly. Okay. I mean, shout out to him now. To what? Get back to anyways. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So then boom. Now we get to the London incident, is what I would call it. Okay? So the London incident. This is where they meet Wolfman. Now, like I said, this fight, like when I first read it, I thought Wolfman was the shit. I was like, oh my gosh, this might be one of the strongest niggas in the series. Obviously not. You got damn Medusa right there. You got Spirit. You got damn. Like, you know, I don't know what I was thinking, but villain wise, I'm like, oh, this might be the strongest one. He talking that talk. He saying, I'm from the Immortal Clan. Like, he got magic. He got a transformation, or his true form, technically. So I'm like, oh, yeah, he one of them ones. He might be the strongest character right now. He's obviously not. Corner is stronger than him, in my opinion. Corner is stronger than this guy. But what it's coming is what it's looking like is that the black blood in general is like you're just automatically OD strong if you have black blood. So anyways, the London incident. Black stars there. Black stars there. Subaki, Maka. So this is when Tsubaki and Black Star kind of pick up on Soul and Maka not really um, meshing with each other. I guess I try to use a bigger word, but yes, messing with each other, meshing with each other. Okay. Um, and they kind of just blow it off at first. It's maybe just natural, Soul and Maka shenanigans. They're just upset at each other, whatever. Until the actual fight. So Black Star, I'm talking about, it's looking like he finna go crazy. He said, all I need is 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Okay? And he uses the I can't think of it right now. He uses the new move that he got, the uncanny sword. And their soul resonance, when Maka sees it, their soul resonance, I mean it's strong. I mean fire tattoo on the soul piece. Okay? Fire tattoo on the soul piece. Uh and I mean, he going, and even Wolfman is acknowledging this and is like, "Damn, like this kid is strong. This he is nothing to play with." So they go at him. He Wolfman summons an icicle. Black Star stops the icicle with the basically shadow clone, but not a clone, just the actual shadow. And Marcus realizing like, damn, like he's actually got strong. When I say, I'm thinking it, and when I first read this, the first read through, I was like, oh fuck, this nigga might be done. Like, did they do all this hyping up for him, last volume, just for him to be butt cheeks, just for him to be booty meat? Like, what's going on? So Blackstar get up on him with the uncanny sword, and all you see is star, 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 and you like, what? What? My fault. I didn't mean to hit the door. Like, huh? Because I'm thinking like, what the, what's going on? This ain't no drink. Um, he passes out. Plain and simple. He just passes out, and it's kind of like, what the fuck? Not really. It was funny because like when you read it, it's like I actually laughed. My second read through, I laughed at that shit because I'm like, that is just crazy. Like he's doing to just hype it up, and he ain't like he really didn't master it yet. In 30 seconds, like even Soul and Michael, he didn't even last 10 seconds. A lot of y'all can say the same. That's cut that out. What am I talking about? Anyways, anyways, so so Black Star, passes out. So Subaki, or no, not Subaki. Soul basically gets the up on him. Or at least he thinks. Soul has the arm right through the guy. Okay, Wolfman arm right through the scythe right there, and Wolfman just looking at it like finger looking good. Boy, I eat that for dinner. What are you doing? What are you doing? So it doesn't do anything. So Soul and Maka are trying. They're finna. Our Soul is finna turn into the scythe and whipping the Meister action. But the issue is that their wavelengths are not compatible anymore. So Soul essentially starts burning Maka's hand. Now, not on purpose, obviously, but because their wavelengths don't match and is not on the same wavelength anymore, they can't really use each other as weapon and Meister. And if you look at this in a deeper sense, it's not just Whippet and Meister. They there's no compromise technically if you think about it. Because the way he feels and the way she feels is not aligned. There is no compromise. There is no middle ground. There is no understanding of the protecting feeling of, hey, I don't want you to get hurt, but there's also no understanding of, hey, I'm willing to die for you, right? There is no compromise. So she can't use him. Tsubaki picks up on this and like, oh damn, she can't. So it's Tsubaki offers, she's like, hey, if you can't use Soul, you can use me. And Soul is like, I can back you up, right? Because Maka is like, I can't do like I'm a scythe master, I can't really use shadow weapons. Soul's like, that's not the issue right now. We gotta focus on this type deal. So it's like, I'm gonna back you up. So she uses Tsubaki, and surprisingly, she's not bad with Tsubaki. So it like if y'all like when Black Star tried to use Soul, I mean it was two peas in a pot, two Dumbos, two people sharing one brain cell, so of course it wasn't gonna work. When Black Star tried to use Soul, he didn't even grab him. Okay, he didn't even grab him. But uh, and when he did, he was too heavy for Black Star. But she used Subaki, and like I said, she was pretty decent with Subaki until Wolfman just, strength outclassed their teamwork and he knocked her. Okay? And Soul, being Soul, obviously he still cares for Maka. He's still going to protect Maka. So I'm trying to hold on. My handy dandy book right here. Uh and we gotta talk after this video anyway, or after class, guys. So yeah. But hold on. I'm gonna do y'all one better. Oh shit. For right now. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna try to make sure to not have because I don't know if I don't think I'm gonna get in trouble or like copyright claims for showing manga pens. I don't think I will. But trying to okay, yeah, I'm on test. I'm on par. So she uses Subaki. She's not too bad, like I said. She's actually decent with Subaki until she get rocked. So now she is like, you know what? We're gonna go back to using what I know best, my side. We're gonna go back to using you Soul. Soul is like, what do you mean? You're crazy. Like you can't hold me, right? Like our soul wavelengths aren't matching or anything like that. And she's like, it doesn't matter. Like I'm going to be strong. I'm going to be all this. And so it's getting aggravated, getting agitated. Subaki picks up on this, and she's like, "Bro, y'all need to chill. Like y'all, what y'all need to do is y'all need to focus on the matter at hand. Y'all talking about all this. So finally, finally, their souls, their wavelengths. It's insinuated that their wavelengths kind of start to match up because she wants to get stronger, and Soul wants to be strong, right? And Soul even acknowledges that he's not strong right now. Now, not for the reason that y'all think, or I'm not going to say not for the reason that y'all think. The way how Soul's character is written, I do think part of him thinks that he probably isn't stronger because he views Maka as stronger than him, right? Um, but even then, he's like, hey, I'm going to get stronger because the black blood. So then they're like, their wavelengths match. This is where the common ground is met. They both want to be strong. Despite the fact that they want to be stronger for each other, they just want to be strong in general. Now, obviously, not saying, oh, yeah, they don't want to, it doesn't even like them being wanting to be strong for each other isn't the main focal point. No, it is. But I'm saying that the general sense of or the common ground is strength. They both want strength, despite what the reason is. They both want strength. Okay, stay with me. So their souls match. So now Medusa is looking at this through frog girl's eyes, and she's like, "Yeah, 25 minutes, god dang, long ass review." Okay, anyways, um, she's looking at this through, and we ain't even done, y'all. We ain't even done. Um, she's looking at this through frog girl's eyes, and she's like, "Yeah, nah, stay there. I want to see this." So the black blood starts basically because Soul basically says to the ogre, "Hey, look, take me wherever you want to go. I'm gonna burst your little plan." Now, to me, what this sounds like, and maybe I could be wrong, but to me, what this sounds like is he's not going to conform into the fact of losing his fear. Because if y'all do not remember, the ogre or the orc was like lose all concepts of fear and all this, and so it was like, hey, no, because what I was taught, fear is what we need to stay, one, human, but also to not become a Kenshin, not become crazy evil. So to me, when he says I want to burst your little plan, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna get stronger, but I'm not gonna lose my teachings, I'm not gonna lose who I am, type thing. So finally, soul resonance, you feel me? Witch hunt scythe. You feel me? So they finna go crazy until I don't know if y'all hear that, but it's the sound it's the sound of that heart. Okay, she's like, hold on, is soul trying to eat me? Basically, trying to engulf her, but she still powered through it. And so I think he picks up on this because he's like, hold on, like I'm not gonna lose it or something along those lines. So I'm thinking he picks up on the fact that his soul is probably his is doing something that he doesn't want to do, right? So it's insinuated that maybe he takes control of it a little bit, but it's not really known or you don't really know. And when I say they slice that man. I'm talking about they slice him because he tries to put up a wolf wall and it don't matter. She go through that like butter, like cake, boy. It's her birthday. All right. When I say Maka did one of the most realest fucking things that it's just like, oh damn, like she really about this strength. Like her, like she like, I don't give a damn. I'm gonna get strong. She throws that boy so. And it like evil woman like what? Like she threw away her weapon and she grabbed this man and went for a tackle. I'm talking about on some boy. She went for a damn Madden tackle, boy, and she's yelling fall. And it's just like, oh my gosh, yeah, she really about this. She got that dog in her. Okay, she be going to the bird gym. If y'all know the bird gym, y'all know the bird gym. John River, dog. Anyways, this why this damn video so long. But anyways, she goes to the bird gym. I mean, yeah, she goes to the bird gym. But then she gets Soul catches her, right? Because like earlier she was like, dang, if I fall from this height, it's over. So Soul catches her. Now, I don't know what this type of magic this Wolfman got, but he got elongated nails type magic. Cause he elongates his nails and basically like sticks them in Maka's side while he's falling. So he ain't really falling. Luckily, your boy Black started coming clutch. He has a shuriken and he throw that jump. Or well, he turned or Tsubaki says shuriken. He throws it and he's like, "What would y'all do without?" And so, in some RP like fashion, this man Wolfman talks says, "I'm gonna just make an ice block in midair while I'm falling and jump off of it." And in the comedy like fashion that Soul Eater has, he pulls a Captain America and he frees himself. Okay, so he's basically froze and he went to the ocean. Now on to the filler. Okay, don't worry, guys. I'm going to be fast. So basically, the filler part of this was the exam. So they had to take a written soul exam. If I'm not mistaken, if I am mistaken, it's going to be right here. But yes, they had to take an exam. And the exam basically kind of just like you where it's questioned your knowledge on like your soul, like just maestro and weapon and everything like that. I forgot what the prize was. I'm going to put it right here if you like pass or you were top of your class because Mako wasn't top of her class. She actually was second last time the exam had happened, but this time she got top. And Soul got up there too, even though Soul was a filthy little cheater and he had the cheats written in his clothes. Stein picked up on it, took them guys off. Black Star snuck into Stein's workspace and tried to get the answers. And I was talking about when you see a boy face, but the jump was so funny when it was panel of his face, and he was just like tacked onto the to the whiteboard or the chalkboard, either one, whichever one it was. So that's a quick one to run through the filler. I'm not like if I'm not gonna do that. More than likely, my next review, even if it is like filler type things, I'm going to talk about it. I just feel like that wasn't like that crucial or important to the story. Um, now now we get on to the Black Dragon arc. Okay, Black Dragon arc. Now this for me, maybe for some people was like, oh my gosh, yes. But for me, it wasn't because, like I said, I do not like Corner. Corner's character to me right now is super duper annoying. And I want to give more context on why I feel like Corner's character is annoying. Because I don't want to make it seem like I'm hating. Because, like I said, I did watch some of the anime. I do understand why Korna is the way Korna is, but even when I watched the anime, I still had this issue, and it has nothing to do with deep. I can't deal with deep complexities of characters with mental health issues or anything like that. No, because I genuinely do think, which we're going to get to this later in the video. I genuinely do think this, from right now, what I'm getting from this story, what the main point of Soul Eater is, right? But the reason why I do not like Korna's character isn't because he's a pushover or because of his anxiety or because of his loneliness, his isolation to why he is the way he is or his bullying. I think Corna as a character, to me at least, is super annoying. Is because even when he does develop a bit of a backbone, it doesn't seem like his development is that much, right? Because, like I said, the anime. So even when he does develop a backbone, and I'm kind of using future reference, and I know that's not really fair to this piece of work, but all I can go is based off my future reference. Now, like I said, I never finished the anime, but even when he does develop a backbone, he does. It doesn't feel like it's truly a backbone. It feels like it's more of codependence even though he's breaking away or broken away from the things. And the biggest example of this is so the Black Dragon arc, when Death the Kid basically is told to go to this island because all of the souls just magically disappeared and this island just disappeared in general. So the Black Dragon is implied that it is this ghost ship. But really, when they get on it and everything, yes, it's a ghost ship. But the lackey of the ship, the lackey of the ghost, is like, yeah, we got all these souls saved for your kitchen, and they're trying to figure out like what you mean, like our kitchen. Death and Lucy are like the sisters and everything are trying to figure out like what are you talking about. By the way, I'm skipping a little bit. Well, not really, but I just gotta say this. That boy Death was drippy. Now, at first, when I first seen that jump, when it first popped up, I thought it was Shinigami. I was like, what the? I was like, what is Shinigami doing on a boat to go? Like, we finna see Shinigami in action. Now, I know y'all finna say, before y'all sit there and be like, so you watched the anime and you forgot that that was Death and not Shinigami. Buddy, I only remember like certain parts of the anime. Like, and I'm talking about little parts. I don't even remember every fucking single little thing about the anime. I'm not gonna lie. I know Corner for the most part because I remember people was like gushing over the internet over Corner, not like gushing like, oh my gosh, ooh woo Corner, but like more like, oh my gosh, he's adorable. Like I want to just make sure Corner's okay. All this other stuff, they're my comfort character. They're me for real. Like so, yes, that's mainly why. But little things, not a lot. But Death was dripping. I'm talking about he pulled up the drippiest of drip. I'm talking about supreme drippage. Okay, so corner. But anyways, back to what I was saying. So the ghosts are like, yeah, we're doing this for the main ghost. Pirate was like, yeah, we're doing this for your attention. And like I said, everybody's confused. They're like, what's going on? What's going on? What do you mean our attention? And finally, the actual Black Dragon shows up. Death. I mean, not Death. Corner and Ragnarok. Corner Ragnarok in one full go. Throat Demon gets every single soul. Every single one. Every single one that was saved up, gone. Okay. Um. Then this is when it starts clicking to Death. Oh, the Black Dragon wasn't a ghost ship. It was Ragnarok in the corner. It wasn't a ghost ship. So then they get into battle, and what kind of stops the battle is uh Death. Death ended up trying to chase Ragnarok because they went on a whole like chase because Corner was like, "Oh, I'm out of here," whatever. Oh, I actually do want to speak about this part because I do feel like this is a crucial part. Which is going to be up on the screen when I talk about it. But it's the part of which like evidence number one of why I like kind of still find Corner annoying until later on. Okay, so oh my gosh, this boy Corner says someone like you would never understand. Even bunnies don't understand my feelings. Even bunnies don't understand. There's no way a Shinigami like you could understand me. Leave me alone. My attack won't work. Basically, Lucy, the sisters tried to relate to him, and Homegirl was like, "Huh? No, we ain't trying to. We ain't trying to relate to him. You that's like, why are you the one that's like, hold on, maybe I'm yet, or maybe I gotta go back one. Is that your way? Getting power. Is that your way of ridding yourself of fear? You fool. Where everything is gonna kind of have to be a little chopped up. Okay, so if it's chopped up, my fault. I'm scared. Everything's so scary. If I could just get power, I know how to deal with it all. Do you know where hell is? It's in my mind. Now that's a bar. That is a bar. I'm not sitting here and saying because I'm not gonna lie. Like sometimes the biggest hell in heaven is up here, right? Which you make a life, which you make anything like that. But basically, basically, it's evidence number one of Corner not really getting the backbone because you're like, well, what do you mean? Like that was such like small evidence. Soul is basically trying to tell Buddy like how to like hey like you if you want to rid yourself of fear, getting power is not the way of doing it, right? And then this nigga Corner just says even bunnies wouldn't understand. Buddy, what the like? And I know that right now this is due to the manipulation of Medusa, but we're gonna gather more evidence along the way. So let's play this little game called Gathering Evidence on Why I Don't Like Corner. Now if it changes, you guys get a free pass at a class. Y'all don't gotta come to class, okay? Now, uh, after this whole battle, after this whole thing, or well, while Soul or Death was chasing Corner, what made him stop chasing him was the sun and the symmetry of the sun and everything. And it was one of the most artistical changes in Death the Kid's face that I have seen, and I low key liked it. I'm gonna put it up right here. But then we switch over to Maka in the nursery or in the nursing part of the school, and she sits there and she asks about the black blood. Now I'm thinking Medusa, being cunning as she is, Medusa just saying her blood's normal and everything's normal for her not to worry, for the black blood to keep regulating through her body, and her not to, and for Maka not to tamper with it or anything like that. But no, the black blood just completely disappears out of her system, and Medusa doesn't even know. Now, then this is where your big boy Stein, the detective, comes in. He's like, "Hey, what you looking for, shawty? Is it these?" And it's Maka and Soul's, reports and everything, medical reports. And then Stein is like, by the way, what are these pills? Because she gave Maka a pill to regulate her blood flow or anything like that. But truthfully, it was to kind of speed up the black blood distribution throughout her body. Now, technically, how would it do that shit? If there is none, or if it disappeared, I don't really fucking know. But what I'm guessing is the pill has little specks or increments of black blood in it, but it's like potent enough to where it speeds it up instead of like just doubles the amount, but it just doubles the process, if that makes sense. Um, but like I said, Stein figures out, and he's like, "Do you really care for them as a nurse, or is it as a witch?" And Medusa, she does her little switcheroo where she's like, "What? You think I'm that hideous? Whatever, whatever." But then she was like, that's SA or sexual harassment. Um and he's like, "Oh, before you sue me, sue Spirit first," some joking shit. But then we see that this man Stein can feel fear. As nonchalant as he is, and this is why I fuck with Stein. But as nonchalant as he is entirely human. Now I may be eating my words later, I don't know. But he is entirely human. Then he gets Sid. He sends Sid on a mission to prove that Medusa is a witch because they can't get her out of Duama without any evidence. They can't just say, they can't just be hearsay and then boom, she's out of there. So Sid and them is like, "All right, bet we're gonna go." When Sid is trying to prove that she is a witch, frog bombs, and the manga ends. Scene. Okay, I'm just playing. Let me unbutton this because it is tight. Because now we're at the end of the video, but we're gonna get real here, guys. So, stay with me a little bit after class. I want to talk to you guys about, because like I said, I wasn't going to give y'all an excuse about this or anything like that, but I do want to talk to y'all about what's probably going to happen moving forward with other reviews. Now, as y'all, I said in the beginning of the video, I did want to start this out with some type of PowerPoint type of thing. Um, Not PowerPoint, but more so like key points, right? I didn't because I did a second reread like just now. Everything was fresh on my brain. As y'all can tell, shit was kind of leaving my brain midway through the video. Not going to make any excuses there. I am going to try to start doing more of like these key point elements to where I can make the reviews more easy to follow.
Crazy ass freeze frame, I know, but I'm gonna put some shit over it. Or but now this video remind you guys that this video was out before the video, or this video was made before the video I had recently released, where I was talking about I'm gonna go back to making like fan or not fan, but like basically you're just fanning out and talking to you guys about it in a more relatable way. So I won't be making many key point videos. Like I'll make key points if I feel like it's too hard, or like if there's a lot of things being thrown in the story at once. But do not hold me on that. It's going to be a lot of key points, because it will not be a lot of key points. It would just be me talking to you guys, turn on the camera and fanning out with y'all. So yeah, just keep in mind that this was made before that video. This, like I said, I have been holding this for a minute.
Um, but the reason why I did do it this way or the way I did this time is because I really did need to get this video out to y'all, and not because I was on a time crunch or not because someone was making me or anything like that, but it's because I put this video off for maybe 2 weeks at most, and it was supposed to come out way before that. On my calendar, I missed so many reviews. I was supposed to review News Exorcist Volume 2. I have it. I still have to review After God. So before News Exorcist Volume 2 review drops, the After God review is going to drop. I have volume 5 of Soul Eater also, so that's going to have to drop. And uh this uh is a big announcement, I know. But the one manga that I said I was gonna script for the review, I haven't done. Can y'all guess it? Well, here we go. Yes, that is the manga that I had the script for. So while I was gone, I was working, guys. Now I'm not gonna say it was a lot of work, and I'm not gonna sit here and a lot of y'all and preach and act like it was so much work. No. So I did this script a little bit of it. A lot of it I did this script on my breaks at work during my lunches. If I had early shifts, I wrote them in the car and everything like that. A lot of this script was done during active activities, me being proactive and or productive and everything like that. Um, I am going to try to do a little bit more scripted content. I will because like I said, I want my reviews to be more uh kind of not. I won't say 100% essay like. I just want them to be more easy to follow and not all over the place. Like yes, obviously I'm going to add my little tad bits of commentary in them, but because I don't want to make it sound like I'm reading off of a fucking uh piece of paper or something like that. I do still want these to be very, very human. And y'all, I explain my likes and dislikes of a manga, of an anime, or whatever the case may be. I personally, right now at least, I do not think that this was a bad review at all. I just wanted to get this out to y'all because I know I've been putting it off. And I did not want to keep putting this off because once you get in that mindset of I'm gonna do it the next day, 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 it's always going to be the next day. It's never going to be that day you need to do. Okay? Um so this video one, I'm not going to sit here and say that I could have done a little bit better. I could have done, or I couldn't have done a little bit better. I could have done a little bit better. And I will do better when I drop the After God review and everything like that. Now it ain't gonna be as scripted as the Tower Dungeon review, but there will be a lot more key points to where I can follow it, especially since After God is a way it is a newer manga that I'm reviewing. Not like newer in terms of year, well, kind of year also, but in terms of like not like Soul Eater or anything that probably a lot of people have picked up on or anything like that, or been watched, read, whatever the case may be. Again, guys, do not think that these type of reviews are going to be the standard. They're not. Now, don't get me wrong. Yes, am I still want to geek out? Of course I am. I'm not finna sit here and lie to y'all and feed y'all facade. Like, I probably won't have videos that's around the 40, 50 shit, damn near hour mark. Especially with the scripted. Tower Dungeon might be one of my longest videos on the channel. This one might be it too because I'm having a deep conversation with y'all after class, right? Uh, but take away this one, Tower Dungeon might be my most longest and like well put together one, or as well as I am going to try to make it and want it to be. So yeah, I'm sorry that I am sorry that this video took so long. It will was not supposed to. It will not take this long again. The next at the next manga review after God will not take this long. It will not take them 2 weeks or a week to drop the next after God. I know y'all probably have seen by now the purpose video that I dropped to kind of give y'all some you know, something. And I just because I don't want y'all thinking that I'm forgetting about y'all or anything like that. I definitely don't. I do not forget about you guys. I actually am constantly thinking about you guys. I'm constantly thinking about what new anime or manga I can bring to the scene so y'all can watch or read it. Um, and anime reviews are going to come soon. Probably not super super soon, but they are coming at some point. I'm not going to promise like in the next 2 3 videos type of deal, but they are coming soon. Um, or they are coming at some point. But yes, just know that this will not be the standard. We're going to raise the standard. We're gonna raise your standard, buddy. All right, guys. Like, comment, share, subscribe. It's always optional. Remember, the bell doesn't dismiss you. I do. I love you guys. Peace.